Don't look at circumstances. Don't look at the outer world, because it don't matter. My name is Sabrina and I work as a mindset coach, and then I have an online business too. Try not to look at circumstances. Try not to look at the outer world. Because every time you are doing that, every time you are reacting of something that you can see in the outer world, then you are just feeding it and creating more of the same. We know the way that every creation is started. It is always starting as a fantasy in a man's mind or a woman's mind. Every creation is starting from within. So when we are aware of that, it is very crazy to give your power to the outer world. So the outer world's circumstances don't matter, but the story you are telling yourself matter. The way you are reacting to circumstances matter, because that is what you are creating. Everything is creating from within. Everything you can see in your mind is just the way your life is functioning. So you can see that in a movie is always playing out. Everything you are creating, everything you decide to do, you are always seeing it in your mind first. Everything you have built, everything you are doing, just when you are going out to have a coffee in a minute, or you are going down to shop in a half an hour, you are seeing it. You are seeing yourself going into your car and going down and choose one place to shop. Everything is a reflection of what we are telling ourselves from within. But in so many cases we haven't learned this, and in so many cases we are reacting of circumstances that we don't want, and we are only creating more of the same. So it is so important that we are being aware of this, that we know how we are function, that we know how we can choose our own story to our own best life. Because if we don't do that, we are only victim of the circumstances. We are letting the circumstances, we are letting the system, we are letting other people tell us what to do. We are buying into other people's story. We are buying into what other people tell us to do. So in that moment, when you are starting to be aware of your power, when you are starting to be aware of how all creation is function and how all creation is started, then there is nothing more important to know your inner self, to know how you can regulate your thoughts and your feelings and the story, and be aware of that story you are telling yourself. Because we have been so programmed to run this program of other people's story, what other people have told us to do, what other people have told us is right and wrong. But you can change it in every minute. And that is what I am passionate to teach, and that is what I am living off, and that is what I am living in my everyday life. I'm doing it myself. I am changing my life. I am living the life that is that story I am telling myself. And we can all do that. We can all start to train it. But it is training, because our mind is only doing what we are telling it to do. So it is our job to change the story. And when we are aware of that, we can change the story, and we can create the life that we want, and we can also create the world that we want. It is dependent on us. It is dependent on everybody is choosing that story we want to live. Because when we are choosing a story from love and fulfillment and joy and happiness, then it is not only our own life, it is also the world that's going to be a better place. So be aware of that. Tell a new story and create the life that you want.